8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Sticker grandson gonna check the messages. We got Sticker teenager making an appearance. No, Sticker brat. Sticker brat teenager.
Don't ever call me that.
What's going on with you, Sticker teenager?
I wanna go home.
You want to go home?
Mm-hmm.
Right now?
Yeah.
No. What's going on out there tonight?
John 8 said good evening, and North Carolina Vinyl Picker said evening, Frank.
How are you doing, Arthur? How you doing, John? I picked up a lot of items in a online auction from Philadelphia. I'll show some of them today. And heritage auctions that Danny Goldstein had me check out the other day went off on Thursday, December 4th, and the Rolling Stones memorabilia is catching up with the Beatles. A Brian Jones used harmony guitar sold for $150,000. A 1969 Altamont poster sold for $94,000. A 1968 Street Fighting Man with the withdrawn picture sleeve sold for $81,000 for a picture sleeve. Mick Jagger 1972 jumpsuit from Madison Square Garden sold for $25,000, and a lot better shape than this one, but a promo. The first album released by the Rolling Stones in America. It was in excellent condition, sold for $4,500. Brian Jones Hofner harmonica sold for $10,000. And the Beast of Burden 7-inch picture sleeve sold for $6,000. And I had this black and blue display from 1974 with a girl that was all tied up on the top. I had a couple of those. I sold them a long time ago, but it sold for $3,000. So looks like they sold about $3 million of Rolling Stones memorabilia from one of the best collections in the world to heritage auctions on Thursday.
All right, got some messages. T-Shirt Express is here. Hello, everybody.
How you doing, T-Shirt Express? Sticker Kid, show them what your shirt that Polly made for us. Trade me place.
I want to go home.
Go ahead, keep saying stuff.
Sit down there for a
This
second.
Travis stinks.
The Quiet Beatles Collector said hello, everyone.
All right.
And John 8 said, please, let's have a joke from Sticker Teenager.
I keep asking them, but do you have a joke today?
Can't we just forget it already?
Can't we forget it?
Polly said, hi, Sticker Mania
How you
family.
doing, Polly?
Mr. Beatles Pro said, hello, everybody.
How you doing, Tom?
Dave Evans said, hey, Frank.
Dave Evans is in the
good evening."
house. What?
He said, hey, Frank, a Sticker family, good evening.
Did Dave Evans get your Wings 1978 UK Wings pressing yet? Let me know if you're happy with it. I've never heard those wing tracks sound so good before.
Uncle Paul's Beetle Pop Playhouse said, good evening, all.
How you doing, Uncle Paul? Thanks for the little gift you sent me the other day, the Chaperone 3-inch Pink Pony Club from Target.
Ayana's here. She said, hi, friends.
All right, Sticker Granddaughter is in the chat.
Caesar said, good evening, Frank and family.
Let's see. Somebody said it right. PB Thal knows how to say it right. It's not Caesar. It's
It's not.
Caesar. I'm not going to say it right either. It's not Caesar, though.
Ramala, I don't know how to say the name. Raji Poot, hi. It's because it shows the handles. I don't show the actual display name.
Yeah.
So.
How you doing? How you doing, everybody?
And then T-Shirt Express says, Sticker Kid knows quality when he sees it.
Yep.
What?
You know quality shirts when you see them?
What does that mean?
Here, why don't you hold the shirt or his business card?
Oh, the Quiet Beatles Collector is Thomas Crook. Okay, so that's Thomas Crook.
Thomas Crook. That's Polly's T-shirt express card from Staten Island. Thank you, Sticker Kid.
And Dave Evans said not yet. He hasn't got it yet.
Yeah, the mail is real backed up here. The USPS, they have 5 trucks backed up on the docks, or what are they, three deep or something, 2 deep? 6 deep on the docks at the main post office here in Louisville. I have like 35 items. I'll be lucky to get them in the next week.
Yeah, they said the back room was all like just backed up and everything.
Yeah, this is the worst time of year for the United States Postal Service here in Louisville. Indianapolis is the same way. I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods, but it's not good around here.
Mikey's here. He said,
Mikey, how you doing, Mikey? Mikey, I think I looked wrong on that Paul McCartney concerts. That was something they did in Lexington in 2019. I don't think Paul's going to play any more U.S. Shows next year. Sorry about that. Sorry to get your hopes up. All right, we talked about the Rolling Stones.
And Caesar said you could say it either way. He said
Either
the
way.
way Braden said it was right.
All right. One little note on the.
Say Tom real quick. He said the Memphis FedEx hub is screwed up also.
Okay.
The UPS, I got this sent from Philadelphia on Wednesday, and I got it today, 4 full boxes. So UPS is still working pretty good. We usually get FedEx on time, but you say your FedEx is backed up.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that.
So a couple notes there. The Beatles are not Beatles Pro. He would never send me chaperone, but Uncle Paul's Beatles Pop Playhouse. Make sure you check out his new video on All You Need Is Love. And Chaperone, a couple notes about her. Pink Pony Club took 5 years to get to number 1. It has 1 billion streams on Spotify. And her Little Desk concert on YouTube has 15 million views. And she's going to be have a performance on the Dick Clark's New Year's Eve Rockin' Eve. All right, that's it. Sorry, Tom. That's all my chaperone moments. A couple of Beatle items that sold for a lot of money on eBay in the last 2 weeks. You know, I had 2 Sgt. Pepper Nimbus Supercuts. I had one that was sealed I got from Chad Cassim. Sold for $77,500. Well, now a near mint 2 weeks ago on eBay sold for $12,000. Sgt. Pepper Nimbus Super Cup from England, 1983, I think. A mono white album from the United Kingdom, number 814, sold for $8,000. And Introducing the Beatles title back stereo sold for $7,500. And that new Paul McCartney Wings book that was signed by Paul McCartney sold for $7,000. And a BC 13 1978 sealed box set sold for $3,000. A sealed 1966 Revolver mono album from the United States sold for $2,600. And I know that Beatles Pros bought a caboodle kit from me, but a 1964 Lavender sold for $2,500 2 weeks ago. And the Butcher promo poster, the original 1966, that was only in very good condition, sold for $2,500. I might have a hard time getting a hold of another one of those. This is the Butcher cover I peeled earlier today. Gotta keep practicing on these Butcher covers.
Mr. Beatles Pro said, I would send you Chapel in pieces, LOL.
Laugh out loud.
So this is a Scranton East Coast with some wear on the corners, but the peel came out good. Just some little tears there down there on that one edge. but the trunk slit came off pretty much in one piece there. The price on that butcher cover, if somebody's interested, is $1,500.
Alright,
It's got the matching mono East Coast record with it, with the goldenrod 1966 inner sleeve.
Mr. Beatles Pro said, people are nuts. If I had their money, I would throw mine away.
You would what?
If I had their money, I would throw mine away.
You would throw. Yeah, things have been going for, only certain items go for a lot of money, but they go for a lot of money.
And then Johnny Ramone said, I'll bet McCartney's 2026 tour will happen when he's 84.
We'll have what?
Will happen when he's 84, saying that he'll have another tour.
Oh, gotcha. Here in the United States.
And then,
That's it on the sold listings. On the charts this week, the UK single charts, Taylor Swift's #1 for 9 weeks in a row with A Fate of Ophelia. Ray is #2, the English artist, with Where Is My Husband? And then we go into nothing but Christmas songs. Wham! Lost Christmas, #3. Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, #4. Brenda Lee, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, #6. #14, Bobby Helms with Jingle Bell Rock. Can you hand me those two Christmas things right there? This and those two albums behind it. This is a Charlie Brown CD set, three CD set I got in with this estate auction today. This is from 2000. They re-release this every year. This is from 2007, a Charlie Brown Christmas box set. And then this is on the charts. Do you know it's Christmas Band-Aid #22? This is a sealed 12-inch. And the Phil Spector Christmas album is in the USA charts. Not sure, but I'll tell you the number here in a second. All right, thanks, Sticker K. Can you put those back down there?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
The Elvis cover, he said, hi, Mr. Stickermania. What was the first concert that you ever went to?
My first concert I ever went to that I can remember was Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And I saw Rare Earth shortly after that. That was about 1970. And then I saw Rolling Stones Exile on Main Street at the Indiana Convention Center on 1972. That was about me and my high school friends. We held each other when Mick did the runway around in his white jumpsuit, and we were only about 15 feet away from Mick Jagger. The other things on the charts, Paul McCartney on the UK charts is number 25 with Wonderful Christmas Time. The Ronettes, it's from that, give me that second album, the one behind it.
This one?
Yeah, the other one, the Phil Spector one. The cover you had right there, it's in your hand.
Michael Arugula said, did Jay Giles open for ELP?
Who did?
Jay Giles.
Jay Giles?
Oh,
Jay Giles band? Probably did. So this is on this album, the Ronettes, and Darling Love is number 31, is on this album also. Okay, we won't show that anymore.
Brad Purnell said, you never heard Frosty the Snowman until you've heard it sung as a ballad by David Cassidy from the Heritage Family Christmas album.
All right. I don't think that's on the charts. John and Yoko, Happy Christmas is number 35. And Wolfie Baby was wondering what year pressing they're using for the White Christmas by Bing Crosby. And it says 1947 is the pressing that's on the top 100 in both the United States and UK. White Christmas by Bing Crosby. On the album charts in the UK, number 1 is Olivia Dean with The Art of Loving. And Chapel Roan is, I said I wasn't going to mention her again, but she's going back up the charts in the UK, number 29. The Beatles 1967 to 70 is the one that stays in the charts all the time in the United Kingdom, number 51. And Anthology 4 is already dropped to number 69 in the United Kingdom. So it got to 48 last week, and now it's dropping off the charts. Not good for the Anthology project. And in the USA, from last week, Anthology 4 is number 48, and the Anthology box set is number 113.
Johnny Ramone said Jay Giles opened during ELP's Works tour in the mid-70s with acts like Foghat and Climax Blues Band also supporting acts.
All right. Anything else on these charts? In the USA, number 1 album is Stray Kids. I don't know if it's a K-pop group. It looks like it is.
Yeah.
An EP called by the Stray Kids, a K-pop group. My grandson says it is number 1. Number 2 is a new Wicked soundtrack. For Good, I think it's called. Number 9 is Aerosmith and Youngblood, One More Time, another EP. What does the EP mean? That there's 4 songs on the album, or 8 songs, or
extended play?
I know we used to only have 4 songs in the 60s, but now they have a new format for the currently. And the Bing Crosby's number 16 with Ultimate Christmas, and the Charlie Brown. Show me that Charlie Brown CD. Oh, it's over here. Charlie Brown CD box. It's number 18 on the USA charts this week. The new release of Charlie Brown's Christmas. That's everything for the charts. Let's show some stuff that I got in today.
Danny Goldstein said, Frank, which items were you bidding on in the Heritage Stones auction?
I was bidding on some signed albums, 3 of them, but I got blown out of the water. They all went for at least $5,000.
And then 2 more. Johnny Ramone said, is the Brainwash CD for sale yet?
Yeah, but I haven't figured out a price on it. What's your offer on it?
And then Mr. Beatles Pro said, 4 to 5 songs is what I thought an EP was.
Yeah, but I think that they might be more than that in today's world. Like, what's Ringo have? Ringo only has 4 albums on his EP, but the current artists, you tell me, does the Stray Kids have more than 4 songs on the EP or not? So these are Bob Dylan original card thick, or, it's not just, these are original posters that I got in this auction today. So this is a Bob Dylan for Philadelphia from 2002.
That's 6 songs.
They're all in beautiful condition. This is another Bob Dylan in person. Bob Dylan and his band. I haven't checked to see what year that is. Tower Theater. And one more Bob Dylan. I have a Bob Dylan with Willie Nelson somewhere, but this is Bob Dylan and his band, First Union Spectrum, from, don't know the years, I'll have to look all these up. And there was a 2007 cardboard of Neil Young. His 2007 tour was called Continental on Stage. Looked like he performed about 20 cities. And this is a poster for Ringo Starr's 2010 All-Star Band. He doesn't list who else is in there, but it says Ringo Starr, Peace and Love, and his All-Star Band. But this is one of the coolest pieces that came in today. 4 big boxes through UPS. Cost me about $400 in shipping. Bruce Springsteen, original in-store from 1987 for his live album from 1975 to it says somewhere on there the years. Sorry, don't know everything about it. 1975 to 1985, but it's got a header there, and it's in great shape. Bruce Springsteen. You want to put that back here behind you there so it doesn't get tore up. All right, we're done with these.
The Stray Kids, most of them only got like 5 to 6 songs in their EPs.
5 or 6 songs.
And then Mr. Beatles Pro said Ringo EPs were all 4 songs with the exception of Zoom In, which is 5.
Gotcha. So these 3 CD sets came in with the auction today. The Brainwash you're talking about is from 2002. Brainwashed. It's a DVD box set. And then the Concert from Bangladesh is a 2 DVD box set. And this is the first time I've ever had this. George Harrison, The Dark Horse Years, 1976 to 1992. It's got 3, 4, 5, 6 CDs and a DVD of all his videos. The best of George Harrison. That's a pretty cool box set. 33 1/3 up to Live in Japan. Some other things. Let's do my top 5. Every week, every Saturday now, I'm going to show a top 5 audiophile pressings, in my opinion, that I played in the last week. Because the Beatles anthology, the whole top 5 is all Beatle albums. Here we go. We got a tie for 6th place. Beatles for Sale, tube cut. It's down to 6 for me this week because I was listening to other pressings. The tube cut -1 stereo from England. Tied with that for 5th place is my Magical Mystery Tour 1977 -1 -3 all true stereo. Number 4 this week. First time I've listened to this, a near mint copy of the 1981 mono pressing -1 tube cut. Sgt. Pepper really rocks out a lot more than the stereo version. Lennon was right. He says you haven't heard Pepper until you've heard the mono pressing. It's got a 1981, May of 1981 date on the inner sleeve. Up to number 3, White Album, 1980 Holland pressing. Andrew from Polygram Auctions considers this in his shootout the best pressing ever of the White Album, and I tend to agree. Sounded great on my 1970s stereo system this week. Number 2. Rubber Soul, my 1981 -5 Hazel Yarwood tube cut. 60th anniversary, Mikey Arugula said, was just, last Wednesday, December 3rd, when it was released. It's got the gold and black Parlophone with the mono 1981 pressing. Only the early pressings from 81 used the -5, and then Harry T. Moss had to recut it halfway through the year. I was lucky about this from Mazzy that I got the -5 Hazel Yarwood. Number 1 this week, I played it today. My Horzu, The Beatles from 1973, Germany. You can really tell when you hear this pressing how they took Please Please Me and they added the German magic with the because they asked for the master tapes and they mastered it with less compression, but you can really tell on this pressing that's like the Beatles are in the room, how the Beatles took the world and rock music from black and white to color with this album. That's my top 5 for this week. I have a top 5 every week now. It can be any Stones, Beatles, or Led Zeppelin, or Pink Floyd, or David Bowie. Any questions?
She just I yet need to see the Beatles anthology documentary and the Led Zepp. I'm stuck watching Stranger Things right now.
He hasn't seen any of the documentary?
And then Brad Pinnell says Stranger Things is awesome. I feel like right back in the 80s, except without the monsters.
Somebody told me that Stranger Things is pushing another song now besides Kate Bush. What's the new song that Stranger Things is pushing that's gonna, from the 80s, gonna make it a big hit again? Somebody told me and now I can't remember what it is. The Beatles anthology, talked about it for a second. Episode 1, Paul performs 20 Flight Rock by Eddie Cochran. He does a longer version of it in this edit than from the original anthology. And they Peter Jackson remixed My Girl is Red Hot from the Star Club tapes. So you know that he's got the Star Club tapes done and he owns them. I hope we get a release of that next year. They showed Kansas City from the Cavern and some other guy. The footage looks a lot better in the new edit, I think. And Please Please Me, all the Ed Sullivan performances are sound a lot better and look a lot better since they've been restored. Please Please Me was from the third appearance on the Ed Sullivan, and they showed All My Lovin', the first song from February 9th, 1964 on the first appearance.
Johnny Ramone says, stick a kid texting like a pro.
Texting like a pro. I know.
Brad point out though that you skipped the Tiffany.
Oh, Brad Pinnell, it's Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now.
That's right. That's what I heard. That's the song that's going to be huge again, and she's performing in Disney World and stuff, but she's going to have a new career thanks to Stranger Things. I Think We're Alone Now. It's going to be on the charts again, and they'll be wanting to hear the original version from, what group did the original version of I Think We're Alone Now? Trivia question. Episode 2, the Twist and Shout looked really good. The BBC track that's they remastered, So How Comes Nobody Loves Me, sounded a lot better. The She Loves You, the live in Manchester from 1963, where Roger Daltrey from The Who was in the audience. The sound has been remastered, and it's unbelievable. You got to watch the Beatles anthology to see all this new sound and new picture. The way they've re-edited it for a younger generation is pretty cool.
So they all saying Tommy James and the
Tommy James and the Shondells. That's the answer. Now, let's do our trivia question tonight since we're doing trivia.
Alright.
We're going to give away a Magical Mystery Tour shirt that is a 2015 Never Been Worn size large from the Beatles store. Magical Mystery Tour shirt with 3 trivia questions about Magical Mystery Tour. Sorry, I don't have any extra large left. Just have a large. And the questions are, what group performed in a scene cut that was an outtake from the movie Magical Mystery Tour? What group besides that did Death Cab for Cutie? That ended up in the movie, but there was a group that was cut in the outtakes. What was the name of the group? Number 2, who played the 5th musician in the film Magical Mystery Tour besides the 4 Beatles? There were 5 musicians. Who played the 5th one? Number 3, which Beatle is credited as a cinematographer in the end credits? One Beatle was credited as this. They all took were the directors, but one of them was given credit as a cinematographer in the end credits. Which Beatle? Questions again. What group performed in a scene that was cut from the movie in the outtakes?
Alright, first one is Uncle Paul's Beatles
Wait a minute,
Playhouse.
let me see it. Uncle Paul's Beatles Pop Playhouse. Where's it at?
Right there at the bottom.
Uncle Paul wins. Way to go, Uncle Paul. Traffic is the group that was in the outtakes. They did Here We Go Around the Mulberry Bush. I hope you can wear this, Paul. You surely can. I'm sorry it's large. And who played the fifth musician in the film besides the four Beatles? Mal Evans. And Ringo was credited as a cinematographer in the end credits. I don't think he was too thrilled about it, but John and Paul didn't want to take credit, even though Paul probably did most of the filming. So they handed it off to Ringo. Way to go, Uncle Paul.
Uncle Paul said thank you, and Lars is great.
The what?
He
Lars
said thank
is
you,
great.
and
No.
Lars is great.
All right. What do you guys think about the Beatles episode, the anthology? Did you watch it all? Mikey finally watched it all, but he fell asleep a couple times. Episode 2, when they're doing Long Tall Sally at the Swedish drop-in on October 30th in 1963, you can tell the Beatles at that time were the best live rock band in the world. They were on fire. Prince of Wales, when I went to Liverpool, I saw the Prince of Wales theater where they did the Royal Variety performance, and they did Twist and Shout on the new anthology, and Lennon's vocal sounds terrific. And that was episode 2. Episode 3, the Pepsi radios I talked about were pushed a lot more. A lot of footage of the Pepsi radios that has to make the value of those go up, and a lot of footage of Murray the K. The thing that was most remarkable, the way they remastered the sound and the picture, was that limo ride to the Plaza Hotel where the police on horses are right beside them, and all the fans are getting right up against the window. You can hear everything the Beatles are saying, and you can tell they're nervous about just getting out of there and trying to get into the Plaza Hotel. We talked about that. The Washington Coliseum, that She Loves You, sounds a lot better with they toned down the screaming from February 11th, 1964. It's when the screaming took over when the Beatles came to America. And Ringo, I said, was banging the hell out of the drums, and I saw her standing there. Episode 4, the Hollywood Bowl, All My Lovin', A+ sound. I thought they showed the whole clip of All My Lovin' from the Hollywood Bowl. Greg Fio was at the 64 Hollywood Bowl show. The meeting up with Bob Dylan, I thought, was extended. The meeting with Elvis. They talked a lot about different Beatle albums. They showcased them, including my Beatles for Sale. I Feel Fine. They went into depth how they came up with that feedback. And they showed a clip of Babies in Black from the United Kingdom that I've never seen before. Then we get into the episode 5, Shea Stadium, my favorite section of the Beatles anthology. They played Twist and Shout, Babies in Black, I'm Down, and Help. I don't know where they remastered the sound from, but it sounds terrific, and the picture does too. That's the first 5. I got notes on the other, but we better go on to some other
Alright,
things.
go ahead.
Greg Fio said Anthology 4 was number 48 in US charts. Sad. 1, 2, 3 all into that number 1.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Caesar
Like
said,
Mikey said, that they should have held the Now and Then with the anthology.
And then Caesar said, did all your top 5 albums you sold?
Sold.
Yeah, all
Because I don't see them in
showed
the
sold.
store.
No, I just got them in. You'd have to send me an offer if you're interested in one of them. Give me my. I'm not putting those audiophile pressings on eBay anymore. They're too hard to come by. Mr_STICKERMANIA at yahoo.com if you're interested in something that I'm showing. And tell me what your offer price is.
Brad Pinnell said, I don't have access to Disney anymore, so I haven't seen the anthology. I did just watch Across the Universe from 2007 for the first time.
Brad,
yesterday,
it's
though.
$5. $5. You can watch all the anthology and get Hulu Plus, for, Hulu and Disney Plus for a month. $5.
Great for
The
you.
documentary for Rachel's Ghost that's out is only 36 minutes, and it's $5.99. Beatles anthology is 8 hours long.
Greg Field said, Hollywood Bow Memories flashbacks seeing my neighborhood dancing in the booth.
Yep. So here's some other things I got in. The Beatles coloring book. Got this in yesterday. It's got a few pages colored in. If you have these in mint condition that are not colored in anymore, they're almost worth $150 now. This is on my STICKERMANIA 2853 store, I think at $49. They did a good job, the few pages they did color in. Mikey likes some of that art they did from the 60s. It's complete, and it even has Mikey's loot tray in here. I think Mikey has a loot tray. That would be pretty valuable. There can't be too many of those around anymore. Is that what you have there, Mikey? A loot tray? All right, let's show some other things. Let's show these things I got, sealed albums right here from the auction today, or that I got in. All these are sealed. If you're interested in any of these, I don't know what year this is from, probably the 70s. A 2 LP set, Marwai Soul. Got the Allman Brothers.
Mikey said yes about
Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Jay Giles Band, like you guys were talking about, B.B. King, John Baltry, Dr. John, Cactus, 2 LP set, sealed corner to corner, no cutouts. And then this is a 1984 promo for advanced selections from Metropolis. This collector, I bought this collection, was big into Yes. John Anderson and Bonnie Tyler are on this promo record. I assume this was only released as a promo item. It says demonstration, not for sale. And the everything else is sealed here that I'm going to show. This is from 1986. Must be a movie soundtrack legend. Brian Ferry, John Anderson. That's why I bought it, because it has John Anderson in it. I got all kinds of Yes tour programs and promo posters and all kinds of stuff. Rock for Amnesty factory seal was $2.99 in 1986. It's got Sting, Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, Elton John, Passengers, Tears for Fears, Howard Jones, No One's to Blame, and even has Paul McCartney, Pipes of Peace.
Tears for Fears.
John Cougar Mellencamp, Pink factory seal in corner. It's got a little tear on the shrink down there on that corner. This is pretty cool, a Pretty in Pink. It's got a little saw cut there. Factory sealed Pretty in Pink. It was $4.99 in 1987. I remember seeing Pretty in Pink. There's a song I like a lot on there, If You Leave, by Orchestra OMD. They opened up for Depeche Mode when I saw Depeche Mode at Riverbend Center in Cincinnati in the 80s. Kate Bush is on this one. Running Up the Hill with David Gilmour. Factory sealed, The Secret, Policeman's Third Ball. These are all live tracks. Kate Bush, Duran Duran, Lou Reed, Bob Geldof, Jackson Brown, Erasure, Nick Kershaw doing his big hit, Wouldn't It Be Good? And Columbia Hit Explosion, a 2-record set from 1987. Never seen that before. Psychedelic Furs are on there. Sammy Hagar. And the last one, The Island Story, 1962 to 1987, a DMM mastering. Got Bob Marley, Spencer Davis Group, Keep On Running, Jimmy Cliff. The Bogles, Video Killed the Radio Star. Those are all sealed that came in with that auction today. And they had this in there because they collected everything. Yes, this is a Superstar Concert Series, a 3 LP set of Yes in Concert from 1988. That's cool. A live concert from Yes, 1988, a 3 LP set. Give me all these CD box sets. I got 2 great big boxes of CD box sets, but I'll just show you some of the highlights. That's it. And we'll show those posters next. CD box set of Roger. No, this is a Blu-ray and digital high definition of Roger Waters' The Wall. I guess that's when he did The Wall in concert. Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. I sold my 2 LP set, but this is a CD box set of Smile the Beach Boys. This is a sealed New Kids on the Block. It says loan for promotional, not for sale. New Kids on the Block, Step by Step, I think was the big hit. Led Zeppelin, the remasters, a 3 CD set from 1989. This is where you want to hear these CDs before they got auto-tuned into the year 2000. Led Zeppelin, remasters by Jimmy Page. It says produced by Jimmy Page on the back. Got some Billy Joel CD box sets in. I'll show the rest of the CD box sets I got in next week. Billy Joel, My Lives. Looks like it's a 4 CD box set. Billy Joel, The Complete Hits Collection, 1973 to 1997, a 4 CD box set of Billy Joel. And Billy Joel, The Stranger, 30th anniversary. It's got 2 CDs and a DVD in there. All right, we'll show some posters that I got in today of Rolling Stones. These are some cool posters of the Rolling Stones. You'll have to help me on this one. No Filter. It looks like it was this is a promo poster for a concert in Philadelphia from July 23rd. Not sure which year. There's not 2 in there. There's one. It's just really thick. And Rolling Stones for their Steel Wheels 1989 American Tour. This is the promo poster for their American Tour. North American Tour, Steel Wheels. We got one more Rolling Stones. This, I like this one here. It's embossed. Promote Bigger Bang. Those aren't real signatures there, Mikey, but one was Bigger Bang. It was 2005. But you can tell all the lettering's embossed on this poster, so I gotta get that frame. Mikey, that would look good in your hallway.
Dave Evans said, Frank, I got the Led Zeppelin CD box set when it first came out. Johnny Ramone Jr. said, not an autograph guy, but small CD box signed by Carl Wilson here, keeper.
Yep. I got the 1972 Pet Sounds remastered by Carl Wilson. I got to play that next week. I was just playing the Beatles anthology. Really got me on playing Beatle albums this week. Same thing with you, Mikey. You listen to a lot of Beatles albums this week?
That's if he's still up.
All right. You want to take a break there, buddy? You hung in there halfway.
Where's the
Appreciate
joke
it.
at?
You were in a decent mood.
Did you get the joke?
What joke?
Did you get a joke?
Okay.
Nope,
I
no
already-
joke.
I already said it.
What was the joke? You already said it. Steve, we lost Steve Cropper a few days ago. This came in with a collection today, a promo album of the Blues Brothers from 1980. The Blues Brothers. It's got a timing strip. Let's see if it's got a white label promo. Nope. Excellent condition Blues Brothers on Atlantic Records. And there's a picture of Steve. It says stamped there on the bottom. And a picture of Steve Cropper on the back. Steve Cropper backed up a lot of on Ringo's albums. He was on the Ringo album from 1973. I'm not sure which tracks, but he was on there. Rolling Stones. We didn't talk about that much last time on the. Thanks a lot to Rachel's Ghost being on our Every Little Thing Beatles episode number 15 last Wednesday. Hope you checked it out. We have 600 views, the most views we've ever had on one of our live streams. And we're reaching out for December 17th on the Every Little Thing Beatles episode number 16 with Mike Arugula. We'd like to get Gabrielle up as a guest. If she watches this video, she can get a hold of me on my Mr_StickerMania@yahoo.com. We want to interview a young Beatles fan because it'd be interesting to see what they're into on Beatles collecting because they're different than we are. They're just getting started trying to catch up on the whole thing. Gabby, I saw you were on Two Legs the other day, so if you watch this, try to reach out to you. We'd like to have you as a guest on December 17th.
Greg Fido says Steve Cropper played on the Photograph.
Photograph, that's the song track. Thanks a lot there, Greg.
Two messages. Ivan Music Man said hello.
How you doing, Ivan? Ivan from Norway.
And then
And you just had your birthday. Happy birthday. Rachel Ghost, you said you were 29, but I have a hard time believing you're 29.
And then Caesar said, I saw you guys. Rachel is a character. She sold you the long sealed boxes of all the.
Yeah, I'll have
Rolling Stone
that
albums.
hopefully for next Wednesday, but if the Canada Post, it might be a week. But I have 13 sealed Rolling Stone boxes in the long box coming in from Rachel's Ghost. Played this today, my 1973. This is a second pressing from Germany. Of Dave Evans will tell you how good this pressing is. This best pressing is Stick Your Fingers. It's got TML and the dead wax, which stands for Doug Sax. A lot different than the USA pressing of Sticky Fingers. This is my favorite Stones album of all time is Sticky Fingers. Not a bad track. I used to think the Can You Hear Me Knocking on side one was too long and too much of a jam. But the more I listened to it, what a great song. Can You Hear Me Knocking, number 4 track on side one after the wonderful Wild Horses. It's got the original inner sleeve. And Record Mecca on the internet's got this 35 by 22 in color photo of the Rolling Stones where they're naked and holding the Rolling Stones cover in front of them. And I bought one from them. I hope I'll have that next week. A huge poster that I've always been wanting, a promo for Sticky Fingers. We talked about the promo album. This is the one that has the promo photo in it that came out with the first issues. But these are textured, where the later pressings they were glossy. And it's got to have to be the first pressing that were actually made in England and imported. Has to have the FFRR, full frequency range recording. If you don't have that on there, then you have a pressing made in the United States. Rolling Stones, that should have been about the summer of 1964 when they first came to America. I have a lot of pictures of that from the Connie DeNavi estate. I own a lot of the original negatives. Rolling Stones, 1965, with the hype sticker for their song that changed it all. I Can't Get No Satisfaction. It is a mono red maroon pressing. This is a USA Sticky Fingers with the hype sticker with the tongue on the back. It's still in the shrink. The zipper's never been taken down. And yes, the zippers did do some damage to the vinyl back then. That's why they had to get rid of the zipper after a while. The factory sealed from 1978 of Some Girls with the first cover. And has a hype sticker for Miss You. Factory sealed from corner to corner with 4 square corners. This is going up in value as time goes on, Mikey, if you don't have that yet. 1970s pressing of, no, this is a 60s pressing with the FFRR. From England of Out of Your Head, mono. Factory sealed of the, it's called, not coming up, it's not back, can't read it. You guys will know what this album is. But if you take that shrink off, it's a different color under there. It's Dirty Work, that's it, Dirty Work. From the 80s. Beggar's Banquet from England. It's got the original Mick Jagger and Keith Richards credits. On all the second pressings, they had to take that out because of the song Straight Cut Blues, I think it is. They had to give credit to somebody else. Is that it? Straight Cut Blues? Straight Cat Blues? Pretty sure that's the song they had to give credit. And mono, my retired DJ from the East Coast has got a lot of my mono pressings. He doesn't have this one yet, Between the Buttons. That's a USA pressing from 66.
I got a few messages.
Hold on, let me finish it up. And
Well,
this
someone
is
asking
a
how much.
76 pressing of the Rolling Stones' first album. It's got the little flap on the back, mono. That'll be one of my top 5 pressings I have to listen to next week. And then I showed the Beggar's Banquet before with the revised cover that got banned a long time ago. All right, what's your question?
John H. wants to know how much for the German Sticky Fingers. There was a Prodigy song.
It's what?
I think that was
Prodigy Son? Okay. The German, I have a England, UK coming in next week, so I'll get back to you next week because this has a few. The side A plays real good, but side B has some ticks and stuff. But I'll see what the UK pressing's like when I get it next week. It's cut by Doug Sachs, also from the same metalwork, the UK pressing.
Brad Pennell said, "Are you having a problem with getting stuff through the mail? I heard on the news they are overloaded again, and I've got."
I brought that up, Brad. My son's been going to Gardner Lane. Says there's 5 semis back. All the docks are backed up at Gardner Lane, and the inside's all full of packages. it's going to take several weeks for him to catch up.
Alright, Dave Evans said, Frank, the artist Sticky Fingers German Press is one of the best sounding albums I have. Thanks again.
Yeah, you got a excellent condition from me on Sticky Fingers. That is a heck of a pressing. I didn't show how the zipper looks different. All right, we got a Sticky Fingers USA and we got a Sticky Fingers Germany. See how they have the printing on the UK and the Germany, and the zipper is pretty big there on the top. There's a name what it's called, but then the zipper is real small on the USA.
Ivan Music Man said, Rolling Stones still rocks. I saw them live some years ago. Make will live forever.
I got this, didn't show this, I don't want to, well, let's show it. I guess I got to
And then Johnny Ramone said, Pet Sounds groundbreaking sound and inspiring Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts album. Oh no, Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Beatles anthology from 1995 for Freeze a Bird. Freeze a Bird went to #1 in England. I think it went to #7 here in the United States back in 1995.
Dave Evans asked, did you do that one about how much for the
And then
UK?
Frank, how much for the UK Beggars?
That's not very good shape there, Dave. When I get a good one in excellent condition, I'll let you know. So some of these tour posters were in the auction because he was into Yes. This is a U.S. tour from 2014. See if they came anywhere around here. Northfield, Ohio, Nashville, Tennessee, Louisville, Kentucky. They played here July 29th of 2014. Yes poster for Yes. Not sure if that's a tour poster or what. This is a 50th anniversary for Close to the Edge. This is a Yes poster for special guest Dream Theater, Red Rocks. And Red Rocks is in Denver, Colorado. Yes World Tour from 2010. And a Simon and Garfunkel, I guess when they had a reunion in 2003 in Philadelphia. I always say that they keep getting on people on YouTube talking about Garfunkel and where is Art Garfunkel, and I always reply, Sounds of Silence and The Bridge Over Troubled Water would never been #1 without Art Garfunkel's vocals. What do you think about that?
Greg Fields said, Frank, enjoy Pet Sounds. They were inspired by Robiso.
Yes?
I forgot to read it earlier.
Before, yeah.
Yeah. Where are we at on time?
It's 9:29, so I mean, you can do whatever you want to do.
All right, got a couple more minutes. You got any other questions for me?
Everybody, please give a like.
We showed Led Zeppelin the other day. Thanks to Uncle Paul winning our trivia question today. Next week, the anthology, I'll have a new background. Anthology is over with for me. And we got this Paul McCartney album in today. The Russian album back in the USSR, and this is the one that you got from the Wings Fun Club. If you belong to the Paul McCartney Wings Fun Club, it has 13 tracks. I'll be listening to this next week. Got the red label. I think the Russian pressings had a white label.
Thanks to everybody that gave a like. I appreciate it very much.
How many likes do we have?
Well, up to 12 now, but
12.
we need more.
Dave Evans
The other
said,
day I pushed on, which channel did I push on?
I forget you said.
Concert Buddy on Surface Noise. I pushed for likes on his channel and I got it up to 94. And on the Wax channel, I think, no, somebody else pushed for likes on that. Rachel's Ghost, I always try to push for likes on her channel.
Brad Purnell said, I agree. Garfunkel's vocals on that are awesome.
Yeah.
And then Dave Evans said, Frank, the UK Red Plums of the Yes album and Fragile Audio is off the charts.
I'll have to start searching for that. When I search on eBay now, I search UK pressings from the 70s. The other day, I got outbid on the Pink Floyd first press, The Dark Side of the Moon, went for $2,000. There's a rubber sole, -5, excellent condition on eBay right now. It goes off tomorrow. From England, it's already up to $1,500.
Garfield said, White Album, mono or stereo?
Stereo. After I listen to that Holland pressing, for me, it's stereo. The White Album is stereo for me.
And then did you do the Paul should not be allowed?
And then on the Paul should not be allowed to die, guys. Said, hi game Polly here. Perry here.
Perry.
Just got in late and I will watch from the beginning.
All right. Thanks a lot for sending a message, and we appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. And we will hopefully get something from the slow mail in. My recommendations is use UPS or FedEx at the moment. All right. Thanks a lot from Louisville, Kentucky.